FlatOut Metalworks. If it don't drag, it don't matter. Yeah.
What up, guys? We're back in the shop this morning. We're working on the Nissan. We've been doing some grinding and cutting on subtracted. Another thing we're going to try to start today is brackets for the pipe bender. We can get that set up so we can start using that pipe bender.
Concrete floor, steel and dust, always wanting more. First sparks jump from the cut, metal sings when the wheel lights up. Hands get dirty, music shakes the walls, every little step feels bigger than it was. Old mini trucks, new life in the frame. We came for the work, but we stayed for the flame.
Alright, so what we got going so far, the C-notch is basically in. We got to cut the bottoms of it off and then weld in the inside of it. But the notch is in, cross members are all cut off. We're going to box tube a couple pieces going across. That will become the frame for the gas tank. We're going to mount the gas tank in the rear. We cut out, CNC'd out some tabs last night for the lower 4-link bars for the axle bracket.
So it'll fit down here.
So to get those started, I'll probably start cutting box tube for the lower 4-link bars and probably the wishbone, and then we'll probably work on the start the upper bag mounts as well today.
Filling up the night, good people here, and it all feels right. Piece by piece, we bring it alive through the dust and noise. We keep the dream inside. Low and loud, hard and steel, flat out metalworks, and the drop feels real. And the drop feels real.
All right, so we've been grinding on the truck, getting all the bars cut. I feel like we're ready to start building 4-link bars. This back cross member has been welded in. This next cross member will be kind of like the gas tank cross member, and maybe brackets like bent pipe for the kind of suspension parts / gas tank bracket / air tank / compressors.
Anything else?
And then front cross members solid welded. It's almost in place. We've got the frame leveled. Keep in mind there's no front suspension on this. So as we want to do things that have to be level, we have to jack the back of the truck up, level out the frame, because the front suspension is not on. So if we lower it all the way down, everything's going to be crooked. So we've got it leveled out right now. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put a couple tacks on the cross member. We'll probably just keep tacking for a while. That way we can change anything if we need to. We got front D-tabs cut for the lower 4-link bars, and then probably do another setup here for the upper triangulated 4-link bar. We need to still cut some upper D-tabs for the triangulated upper 4-link bars. Bottom D-tabs are in, ready to go. So next we're going to probably tack these tabs, measure and tack these tabs into place, and then put a tack on this or set these up here so we can measure the length of our 4-link bars, and then probably rough cut the box tube for the lower 4-link bars, and then we can cut it down to size, trim it up a little bit. So that's next. So we got to still get the axle straight. It's just been kind of moving around, make sure our pinion angle set as good as we can. This is probably about ride height. We might go up like another half an inch or an inch for ride height, maybe.
Pretty close to ride height.
But I think we're pretty good. So next, like I said, we'll get this just tacked up. We'll get the back cross member tacked up. And then we'll decide how far in we want our
Lower
four-link bars. Those are going to have the airbags on them, so I'll have to pull it in far enough to keep a bag kind of centered in here. And that's kind of where I believe how we're going to determine where we want those bars is we'll make sure the bag clears, has a little bit of movement. We'll bring it down from the axle a little bit so we can cantilever it, get a little bit more height out of the back end.
Especially without putting as much air in the bags for a little better ride.
Yeah, that way you don't have to have them rock hard to get it up high enough to do stuff. So this way you can get the ride height pretty high. If you move them down here, you can get the ride height at a decent height, but with less PSI, less pressure in the bag. So they'll be spongier. So you'll get a lot better ride when you combine that with the shocks. So that's where we're going to go. We'll probably just set the camera up on some time lapse. Kind of start doing that. Maybe we'll move it around as we cut 4-link bars. We'll take it over to the fixture table as we start notching out the tubing and weld up the 4-link bushings. So let's get that and we'll go from there.
Let's go.
Fresh welds, cool grinder sings. You can see the shape in the smallest things. Frame set right, bolts pulled tight. Long way still, but it's coming to life. Not just parts, not just paint. It's all the time and the love it takes. Small winds hit like a shot of light when the truck lays down and the stance looks right. Cold night breeze, shop door cracked. Same old crew, and we got each other's back. Piece by piece, we bring it alive through the dust and noise. We keep the dream inside, low and loud, hard and steel, flat out metalworks, and the drop feels.
All right, so I think this is going to wrap up this episode. We built the front cross member for the 4-link bars. We built the back 2 cross members, like I said, for the gas tank. The first one's not in place yet. These are the bare cuts for the lower 4-link bars. 4-link bar tabs are ready to go. There's more of them. The front 4-link tabs are tacked into the bar. So next time we pick up, what we'll do is we'll probably weld up a top tab for the upper 4-link bar, cut and notch out the ends of the 4-link bar, box tube for the 4-link bar, solid weld the barrels into one side, and then we can mock up the back, and then we'll cut it because there's about an inch of play. We'll cut that off, tack up the bottom 4-link bars, and then we'll start on the Y bar. Once that's done, we'll probably do is have Chance design the upper
Bag
or the
mount.
bottom bag mounts,
Mm-hmm.
so we can get the bags bolted to the 4-link bars, and then we can start the process of bending pipe and creating the upper bag mounts. And then after that, we'll do shock tabs, go ahead and burn everything into place, and should wrap it up.